The following is a Just Green production.
Hello, everyone. It's the week of May 28th, 2018. My name is Taylor Cooper, and this might be news to you. What up, everybody? Season 3, Episode 20. Follow us on Twitter at MightBeNews247. That's MightBeNews247. Get at us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Facebook. I'm Just Green MBN on Instagram. Holler at your boy. With me, as always, co-host Kev. Say what up, Kev.
Yo, what up?
What up, co-host Danny?
What's up? Yo, first off, that was the best beginning you've done to that show so far.
Wow.
That was nice.
And like 48 episodes.
48 episodes.
Took me like 48 episodes to get where I'm at today. Isn't that right, Kev?
That's right.
We're making
Shut up.
progress
You
in
suck.
all the right areas.
Shut up, Kev.
Took you 48 episodes to get it right. You shut up.
To get good, huh?
No, it was right. It just sounded good. I mean, everything just flowed off the tongue. You got all the platforms out there, your name out there. It was just good.
It felt really natural and nice.
Don't compliment him too much. He's going to get a big head.
It's already huge, Kev.
Yeah, you already think you're
I'm like
good.
on like the second to last like thing on my hat, you know? Little pegs. It's not even like I got a lot of hair to, tuck in there either. It's huge.
That's how much of a cornball you really are is because you're rocking a snapback.
It's real, large cranium. I don't give a fuck what you think, Kev.
Shut up.
I'm glad you're here.
Me too.
We don't have a guest tonight, but we have an interview I'm going to do here in a little bit. Phone line footage. Got the phone line thing.
Yeah.
As our listeners know, we've been making a lot of big announcements. We don't have a big announcement this week, but we got a cool phone interview.
Cool.
But let me tell you, if you aren't up on the Might Be News, here's the rundown. All right, Might Be News Network. It's a thing, huge deal. Season 3 ends June 11th. We're gonna take a little bit of time off, get some things prepared. Might Be News Network. We're coming at you with Might Be News, Might Be Sports with Kevin Reevey, Relatable Radio with the wives, Jackie, Allison, Amy, and
June
the Novak
11th,
and Franz.
June 11th is the Novak and Franz.
Novak and Franz.
Didn't mean to cut that off.
Yeah.
June 11th is the last episode.
Yep, season finale.
That's our 50th episode.
I won't be here for that.
You won't be here for that?
Why are you just now telling us this?
Are you for real?
I love when you have a fucking heart attack.
Oh, wait. Just let me be crystal clear.
Wait.
Are you going to be here for June 11th?
Yeah.
It's the weekend prior to that?
No, I'll be here.
Son of a bitch.
I'm just fucking with you.
You're just fucking with me? 'Cause I was about to fuck you up.
You're an asshole. You're an asshole, Kev.
Jeez. Because we're going to do something to you guys.
I was like, wait a minute. We've been talking about the final episode for like 6 weeks now.
And we're going to do something to you guys. You have to be here for that. Don't push out.
Have you decided yet what it's going to be?
I think so. I think we'll talk more about that. Maybe we'll announce it next week.
I'm not going to be here.
Next week?
Kev's getting his belly button pierced.
Yeah. Something terrible and very drastic is going to happen to you. I'm just saying. It's got to. I shaved my beard this season. It's back in full effect. And it feels great. But I'll tell you right now, for 3 weeks, all the child predator jokes really got to me.
You should shave it again.
It really got to me.
I just shaved mine off.
It changed me as an individual, Kev. And I did it for the good of the show.
Shave it off. You just trimmed it real close.
It
This
looks
is
nice.
considered shaving it off for me.
It looks nice.
I went to a barber. I got the sharp edges. I got the whole treatment done.
Nice.
Well, here we go with some good news.
Hey, did you hear the news?
This better be good.
Wax your
The
face.
good news or the bad news?
Give me the good stuff.
Season 3, episode 20. What do you got for us, Danny?
All right, a young man is going viral for all the right reasons after he was seen shading a woman from the sun for over an hour and 45 minutes. Lewis Jordan was picking up his mom from work in downtown Houston, Texas, when he saw an elder woman named Michelle sitting in a wheelchair waiting for the bus. Most people would have just kept on going, but Lewis went and got an umbrella from his car and spent close to 2 hours protecting Michelle from the sun. He said it was unbearably hot that day. I wouldn't want to be out in the sun for that long. As they stood there waiting for the bus, Michelle and Lewis laughed and chatted until the bus finally arrived. Lewis says that they now enjoy each other's company so much, he grabs his umbrella every time he sees her sitting at the bus stop so they can have a conversation while she waits.
Wow.
So
Nice.
he did this one time, ended up really enjoying the conversation with this elderly lady. So now he goes back and does it all the time.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so this has been shared over social media by hundreds of thousands of people, and it's just a young guy getting some good news for doing something good.
It's good.
Also, I'm trying to find this story. We shared it on the Might Be News Network Facebook page. A ship was found
Yes.
that sunk 300 years ago with $17 billion worth of gold.
Yeah.
$17 billion.
How crazy is that?
So this was a Spanish, what is it called?
Galleon.
A Spanish galleon laden with gold that sank to the bottom of the Caribbean off the coast of Colombia more than 300 years ago. Apparently this ship was found 3 years ago, and they're just now letting the public know that they found it. New details about the discovery of the San Juan was released on Monday with permission from the agencies involved in the search, including the Colombian government. So now, who gets the $17 billion?
The people who found it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. As far as I know. Which I think it's like a company put together the search team.
Yeah.
Deciphered all this stuff, the longitude and latitude of where it would be at, and solved this mystery and ended up finding this thing. They found it in with an unmanned submarine. They went down and found it all. The ship was said to have 62 guns, 62 cannons on it. This is a big ship. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Went down approximately June 8th, 1708, with 600 people on board,
Crazy.
as well as a treasure of gold, silver, and emeralds during a battle with British ships in the War of Spanish Succession. The treasure is worth as much as $17 billion by modern standards. It's incredible.
That's crazy. So, in my other good news, the Philadelphia Eagles are still the Super Bowl champions.
That's it.
There we go.
Well, we'll just do one story because we'll just have a little topic here of discussion. And then we've got a very interesting interview with a very talented musician, artist, Mike Nappy. He just released a new song. I'm Going Out is the title of it. It's it's a cool summer kickoff kind of vibe. It's nice. We're gonna talk to Mike Nappy here in a minute. But speaking of the Philadelphia Eagles, I guess we should probably just talk about this NFL thing.
Yeah, let's just dive into it.
It's everywhere.
Yep.
Everybody's talking about it. It's a hot button topic, Kev.
Yeah.
The NFL announced this week that they are going to start fining players that don't stand for the national anthem. That the players are allowed to stay in the locker room, but they cannot be on the field and kneeling without getting a fine.
I think them staying in the locker room is more disrespectful than them doing whatever they were going to do out on the field.
I agree.
And I also don't like how the NFL has passed this new rule without even consulting with the Players Association.
I agree. I'm surprised that we agree with all that. You just made this so much easier.
I mean, I'm not going to put up a fight about this. I think this is completely wrong.
It's crazy. Let's go back to what you said first. That you think that if the players stayed in the locker room, it'd be more disrespectful.
Yeah.
Because I was curious. I was going to ask you when I saw you if you thought because Jeffrey Lurie is one of the more liberal minded owners in the league.
Yep.
The owner of the New York Jets already came out and said that he'd pay players fines. I think the 49ers, one of the guys, said that they were going to do it.
The 49ers, the Redskins, and I think Jerry Jones just came out and said the same thing.
No, that was a joke thing this morning. I saw that. I don't think he's one of them.
Okay.
I don't think he's one of them.
Good.
There was like
a
a joke, a meme that said he was going to start paying people's fines for domestic violence. That's what that was.
Okay.
So real quick,
Yeah.
they gave the players an option to stay in the locker room.
Yes.
Do they get fined if they stay in the locker room?
No.
They only get fined if they go out onto the field and they make some sort of gesture like kneeling. What about Malcolm Jenkins putting his fist up? Is that on the list?
I don't think that that's a finable thing.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think it just encompasses kneeling.
Kneeling. Okay.
When did the players start coming out on the field for the national anthem? How long ago?
It was after 9/11, wasn't it? Or before? Was it before 9/11? It was before 9/11.
I mean, they've been doing it.
They've been doing it for a long time.
I mean,
A long time, but not forever.
If
No.
you look at like the NFL films, you always see those still shots of the players always getting teary-eyed. That's
Social
because they were
media
standing for the national
rundown.
anthem. They say they've been doing that for years because that's when the photographers got their best photos of those players.
Yeah.
So they've been doing it before 9/11.
yeah.
Way before 9/11.
but not forever.
No, not forever.
So to nip this problem in the bud,
Yeah.
why don't they just have the players stay in the locker room till the national anthem plays, and then they can come out?
Honestly, that's a good point, Kev, and I feel like that would have done less damage to the NFL brand at this point. Because my thing is like some people are coming out and saying, well, it's a business and their numbers were hurt last year and they have to do something. And I agree with that because those are all facts. Their ratings were down, their numbers were down, all that. There's no real definitive answer as to what caused that, but there's also little doubt that has something to do with it, right?
Yeah.
So, I asked you earlier, Kev, like somebody who's a diehard Eagles fan, right?
Me.
You see a handful of players last year over the past 2 years protesting either by kneeling or putting their fist up. That makes you feel some kind of a way, one way or the other, right?
Absolutely.
If it's anger, how do you think they're going to react when their entire favorite team stays in the locker room during the national anthem? There's going to be people burning jerseys in the streets and legitimately freaking the fuck out. I mean,
well, look at all the backlash that one lineman from the Steelers got. His team decided to stay in the locker room for the national anthem.
yes,
But
yes.
he was a veteran of the war, so he came out
Yes.
and stood in the tunnel.
Yeah.
And he got a shitload of backlash for doing that.
Yeah, and he got some positive, obviously, reinforcement as
Yeah.
well. But
It was more backlash
his
than
team,
positive.
his coach kind of trashed him for it, being like, dude, we're supposed to be a team.
Yeah.
You knew that we were all staying back here. And that's going to happen again somewhere else.
But the thing with everybody staying in the locker room, you know, he looks at that national anthem completely different than everybody else
Sure.
because he put his life on the line for this country.
Right.
So that national anthem, that American flag, that means more to him than the average football player out there. So I can understand him wanting to stand there for the national anthem.
I said in a comment on Facebook about this that I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who is a veteran and who said the same thing.
Yep.
And my response to that is simple. I can't pretend to imagine what that flag represents to a veteran who was there, who lost somebody or lost a part of them, right? I cannot even pretend. I also cannot begin to pretend what that flag means to a parent of a child who was shot by the police and who didn't have a weapon on him or was choked by the police in broad daylight and died. I can't pretend to imagine what that flag would make me think of. I can't pretend to imagine to know what that flag would make me think if my great grandparents were brought here to be slaves. So that flag, that song means something different to every single person in this country. And that's where the freedom of speech comes out. That's where the freedom of protest comes out. So it's all together. It's all one thing.
Yeah.
So people are supposed to be mad about this. This is supposed to be a disrespectful thing to the flag because in their eyes, what's happening to these kids that are getting shot by the police, homeless veterans coming back and being homeless, that's disrespectful to the flag. So yeah, this isn't supposed to be an easy conversation. This was a very easy conversation between the three of us, but this isn't supposed to be a comfortable thing to talk about. Like you're supposed to. And somebody else said to me this week, but these protests aren't doing anything. I don't think that like old school protesting techniques are making improvements in the modern world. Tell that to a police officer that has to wear a body cam now every day. It's not new, but it's more prominent now, and I think it's been in response to some of this stuff.
They are doing something. Look at all the discussions we've been having about this.
Yeah.
Look at how much it's brought up and, how much it's bringing out in people. The players like Chris Long and Malcolm Jenkins who are coming out and voicing their opinions and their feelings about it. These protests are being done by these players on this stage because this is their platform. This is the only stage they have. This is their way of getting their voices out there to the public, and it's working. People are talking about it, and it's getting the job done that they want to get done.
For better or worse, it's doing something.
It is.
I disagree with that. It's not their only platform. They have social media. There's the news that these are famous people. They can get their point across other ways. It is straight up disrespectful to kneel during the national anthem or sit on the bench or what was going on. I think it can be done in a different way. I think what I said before, which I didn't know about, that the NFL gave the option to stay in the locker room or come out.
That's something new that just happened.
Okay,
Yeah, that's part of this whole thing.
That's new.
I didn't know about that, but I think the NFL should have just taken the situation and just told the players nobody's coming out on the field. We're going to play the national anthem for the fans.
Yeah.
The
I
flag
agree.
salute.
I agree. Yeah.
Have your vets come out and hold the flag
Sure.
and do that and do it that way. They fucked up.
I think that would have been a better business decision.
Absolutely.
I do.
But I also think that the NFL is not going to do that because they're scared of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
They're scared of what he's going to say. They're scared of what he's going to do. And this is their way of trying to get around that by saying, we want you to do this, and if you don't do this, you're going to get fined.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
We talked about it a couple weeks ago, the player owners meeting in October, that the audio got leaked of it or whatever. And these guys, they're equally annoyed and scared of Donald Trump. Like they just don't want to get embarrassed on Twitter. That's what it comes down to.
Donald Trump likes to have control of the situation. Would you agree with that?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Likes to have control of the situation. Why can't the NFL just go to Donald Trump and saying, we're taking control of the situation and we're not letting anybody come out on the field, regardless if they want to stand or kneel?
Because he's going to say, I'm the president of the United States and this is what I want.
And I don't know what would happen in that situation. I don't. But point blank, that's not what happened. So it doesn't, I don't know if that's going to happen eventually. Maybe it will.
Sounds like the NFL needs to hire me to make their decisions.
Wow. Would you still be on the show if you did that? If you had that job?
Hell no.
I'll write your resume then. You son of a bitch.
Thanks.
Who do we got to call?
Yeah.
Roger Goodell.
All right. Well, point blank, it's supposed to be a hard conversation, and
You're an asshole.
it's I think it's a big thing. We'll see what happens. I'm interested to see how players respond to this during the season.
I honestly think it's not going to hold up because, like we said, they did not get the approval from the Players Association.
Yeah, they already said they're going to fight every fine.
They can't do this. Like, they can't just make up a rule. They have a union.
Right.
And I work at a union, and my union is not allowed to just change rules without getting it approved and voted on by everybody.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, I
Well,
don't
and they
think
already they slipped up and they said at first that this was a unanimous decision by all the owners, and it wasn't. It wasn't because a lot of them didn't vote at all.
Yeah.
So it's a crazy
Did
thing,
they
and I
have
don't
the
think it's over.
opportunity to vote.
Yes, they did, but they did not.
Well, that's their own fault.
I don't think all of them were there though.
You're right. I don't think all of them were.
It was only 17 that were there. 17 out of what? 32 teams.
32.
But
Yeah.
were they all aware that there was a meeting being held?
I do not
I don't
believe
know.
so.
I don't know. It's
Only
a shady thing, man.
only
This whole thing is a
17
shady
were
thing to
present.
me. It's weird. It's weird. All right, let's change gears a little bit. Let's go to our Mike Nappy interview real quick. We're gonna go to a different time space continuum. You ready, Kev?
Wait a minute. So we're going out of our time space continuum into another time space continuum?
Into a different time space continuum that's going to be playing at a different time space continuum.
My mind is blown.
So realistically, this is a time space continuum inside of a time space continuum inside of a different time space continuum.
What was that stupid movie with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Inception?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Okay.
It's like that. You ready? I'm gonna hit the time button. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right. Taylor Cooper here, and I have a very special guest tonight. The very creative, very talented Mike Nappy is on the guest line. What's up, Mike?
What's up?
Glad to have you on the show, man.
Yeah, honored to be here.
Absolutely. I've been following you for a long time. I love all of your music that I've heard. I mean, I'm a huge fan, especially of the Nappy holidays.
Oh, baby, that's great to hear.
That's like my favorite thing. I love it. Every Christmas, I check you out, man. You're really, really awesome.
Hey, some people are so sick of Christmas music they don't give it a shot, but I can't stop.
Well, we're gonna talk about Nappy Holidays in a minute, but I want to talk about, you just put out a new single called "I'm Going Out," right?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I was talking to Bam, and he said you should make a song about "I'm Going Out." I'm like, that's a good idea. So then I started making this beat, and the synthesizer had rain in it. And I was like, rain, I'm going out. And then all of a sudden, Umbrella, which is obviously a reference to the Rihanna record, Umbrella, it just like fit. And I'm not the first person to do it. It's a very common technique, but like the technical word is an interpolation, but it's basically, like a reperformed sample / paying homage to an old song. And
Sure.
that's what people want to hear, man. Like I'm all for it,
Nostalgic. It's a nostalgic kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, it's like producing music's like alchemy. You gotta hook the people somehow, and I'm attempting to do it with a pure intent. But you got to give them something they're familiar with. So
Right.
that's how that's really turned out. But I do really love it. I stayed true on the verses, I think, and really just talked about the struggle and what it's like to get good and how people change,
Sure.
including myself.
Sure.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the song. I listened to it a couple of times today. Very, very good stuff. And we're actually going to play it here in a few minutes for a little premiere on Might Be News. I think it's exciting stuff.
Awesome. Oh, and our mutual friend Carl Pinnell mixed and mastered it. He's a beast.
Yes, he is a beast. I love everything that I've heard from Carl Pinnell. His production techniques are just incredible.
Yeah, he gets real nerdy with it, in a good way.
Yeah.
And he teaches me too. He doesn't like hide his hidden keys. So
Right.
he's been teaching me, and he's definitely more experienced. So he takes the songs to a higher level. So yeah, shout out to him.
Shout out to Carl Pinnell. Mike, how long have you been making music?
On a MacBook since 2004, 14 years. But I used to have, growing up, the old Hewlett-Packard computers with the huge tower.
Yeah.
I had this weird software called N-Track Studio. It was like free. And I got into it then. Before then, it was the Home Alone Talk Boy. And
Wow.
I have lyrics. They're first my role to be saved, control my own. Hold on, it's coming to me. It's to be saved, control.
I
So my
can't even.
talent.
I can't even remember lyrics that I wrote down like 10 minutes ago. Like I can't remember any lyrics that I've ever written, to be completely honest with you. The fact that you remember something on a Talk Boy from Home Alone is incredible.
Oh yeah, I wrote a song. This it was like a oh shit! I know the whole thing. Hold on, let me just do it. It'll be funny. I'm quick with it. My riffs stick in the mix and make you twitch, fidget. You rewind, missed it. My mind fixing your mind. Get it inside. Revisit what is right. Is it a sign or am I high tripping? I'm high listening to my life scripted. Reminiscing of '99, the first time M's lines went in, slipped into my mind and helped me to decide finally to sit in the right and to just get right with sin. Every day putting pieces of poetry, releasing the poem, me telling tales from my heart beating slow to be raving how I sowed the seed. They grow so deep, if you try to dig them out, I grow a hole to sleep. Here it is. When I was told to sleep, no one knows I creep to my stereo, wary though awake, I would make to create a mixtape, which would help me shift shape from a kid that kids hate to a kid with his fate. There it is.
Wow.
I
That's incredible.
I couldn't pull it out from the middle.
And
But
where was that from? Like, how long ago did you write that?
that probably like 8 years ago.
Wow. That's
It just
incredible.
stays in my head.
I can't
But yeah,
remember what I did 10 minutes ago. Seriously, I can't even. That's not fronting at all.
But you got good memory. You got good memory with your passion, though. You know, like my passion specifically are words, and you don't mess up on your radio show. You're learning. You know, it's whatever you're most passionate about. I think.
Yeah, that's right. Just keep on pushing. You know. What would you say that your biggest creative inspiration is? Or like a person, or like a situation, or just anything. What would you say like pushes you the most?
My dream of ever since the first time I thought of this dream was when I learned Eddie Van Halen created a studio in his basement, and 5150 was his studio, I think. And then and I was like amazed that he could just wake up, create great music, and then like the world would hear it. And
Right.
then Kanye West, man, in high school when he dropped College Dropout, that really inspired me, and to look at his track record. And now fast forward beyond all the controversy, like he's now making records and then distributing them to the world within a day or two. And that,
Yeah.
those two dudes, they inspired me. And just the idea that I could wake up and it's like going fishing. I could make a song that's good, like a huge ass fish, and then just get it to the world and never leave my house. And that's like a introverted thing to say, but that's
no, but it's totally true. You're absolutely right, because it and the fishing analogy is like perfect for it, because you just throw it out there into the world and maybe a big fish will bite it, and then all of a sudden there you are.
Exactly.
I mean, we were just talking about that recently, how the internet is undefeated. It knows who it wants to win, and it knows who it wants to lose, and you will do that no matter until it changes its mind, pretty much. Until it you, like I said, catch that big fish, and it propels you further. Like it's such a crazy thing because of how big it is, you know?
You're right. And like, even though, whatever the masses like, there's always that group of people that say like, oh, it's shit. But the people, like, they'll let you know if they like it or don't like it. I mean, of course, there could be better stuff exposed, but the people aren't going to like something that they don't like.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Unless you're one of those like fraudulent people that are out there these days that just listen to whatever just for no reason. I know that you, just from knowing you and knowing of you certainly over the past few years, I know that you're very passionate about music, and I know that you're very passionate, especially about hip hop. How do you feel about the current climate in hip hop?
I'm for it, man. Like, because the only people that are noticing the current climate are us, like, who've been around for a while. And anytime I think about talking shit, I just catch myself and realize, like, am I entirely correct in talking shit, or am I becoming an old person that hates the new stuff?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like what who said it? It was Drink Champs. I like Drink Champs. It was I think it was Royce the 5'9", maybe. Don't quote me on that. I think that's who it was, but oh no, it was Snoop. It was Snoop. Definitely Snoop. My bad. Snoop recently said, like, he said, not me, but he said a lot of people from his generation didn't like teach the way, and so this is the result. And I mean, these kids it's the real expression. Like, I think there are so many more kids on different types of drugs, and it is affecting how it sounds, and it's not what we're used to. But I mean, it's their real expression, minus a few fake ones. Like, so I try to respect it and work with them when I can, and
Yeah.
slide in my little gem. So I'm not against it, man. I'm not.
I'm coming around to some of it. Some of it's just way past like what I would, go for. But I'm really trying to give more artists, especially like younger artists, more of a chance, because you're right. I mean, it's their creative control that's pushing music where it's going. And also, like, I'm trying to keep in mind that everything comes back around again. I think that our probably preferred style of hip hop will eventually become something else again, and I guess we just have to wait and see. I mean, right? Remember when we were kids, everything was like neon colored, and then everything just went like super dark colored, and then now neon's back, and then it's gone again. That's what I think of every time I think of, musical trends and how it's moving along, because what we're seeing now is totally new territory. I mean, hip hop and R&B is the number one genre in the world for everything now, and that's totally new for that. So it's pretty exciting stuff.
I think the stuff that gets the bad rap right now, the new stuff, like, it's really no different than what rock was when we were in high school, unfortunately. Like,
right.
For people are always like, there's so many artists today with the name Little in front of them, Lil. But in the 2000s, remember how many bands added the word "the" in front of them?
Right. Right. You're right.
And Casey and I are talking about this, like, when you don't even see rock bands in teen movies anymore, but I think that's kind of what's happening with hip hop now. It's just evolving, man. It's all the same shit. It's just evolved.
Yeah. It's pretty intense too. I mean, because like I was saying, I mean, it's the top of the top now. And, I think that one of the biggest differences between the genres is that there's always been a classic rock station on the radio. And I think that globally it took way too long for that to happen for hip hop. Like, there's a throwback channel on around here now, but it's like Eminem and early 2000, Ja Rule. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, why couldn't we have had this 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago? Like, it would have been great.
I know. And it's nuts. Like, old rock and rollers, they're fucking balling out $1 million tours. There's some like classic rappers, man. They're like barely getting by.
They got to go to like Japan and like and tour out there. It's crazy.
It's wild. Yeah, it's interesting. That's one of my favorite topics, man. It's definitely evolving.
Yeah, and it's exciting. I mean, like I said, I'm trying to come around to some newer guys. Flatbush Zombies has been something I've been listening a lot to recently.
Dang.
Anderson .Paak. I love Anderson .Paak.
Yeah, his new song was good. Bubbling, I like.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I'm excited for it. Did you listen to the new Pusha T that came out?
Not yet. I watched all of his press and stuff, but I didn't listen yet.
It was
you
good.
Like it?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. It's short. It's short, but it's short and sweet though. Like, you can easily just hit repeat all and just go through it for a while. Like, it's good.
He said, I think Kanye has 35 tracks coming out this month. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I'm interested to see, what he's got to say in his music. I've heard what he said, all the, like you said, controversy aside. I just want to hear where he's going musically, because the beats on this Pusha T thing were all good. I liked them.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. I don't doubt it, man. Dude's a genius, without doubt.
Do you have a top 5 dead or alive?
Shoot.
Yeah, I know. Here, you can think about that. Let that marinate. I can ask you some other questions, but just try and you don't even have to give me an order. You know what I mean? Who are you feeling like right now for your top 5 dead or alive?
Okay.
Let's see. I'll move on for now, though. How often do you perform live?
In the winter, it's a little less, but overall, I mean, I guess it would at least average out to once a week.
Yeah.
Sometimes more in waves. But I've been performing live on stages since I was 3, so I've been getting really used to it. And like now that I've been developing myself as an artist over the past 10 years, I'm really focusing on putting on a show besides just a killer performance.
Right.
I played the Whiskey this fall. That was my first time there in California. That was pretty wild. I don't know how many dudes have ever rapped at the Whiskey Go-Go. I'd like to think I was in a select few.
Yeah. What was that like? Describe that experience.
It was wild. Like on one end, you knew that it was no longer, what it was in the 60s because everyone's gone. But at the same time, it was like, damn. And there's a lot of artists that started here. And technically, this is my first run in California or my second run. And I'm playing here. So maybe I'm starting here too.
Yeah.
It was surreal. Just pictures of Janis Joplin, so many crazy people. Jimi Hendrix. It was humbling.
I bet that was incredible.
Yeah, it was, and I did a solo show opening up for Power Man 5000, but I had like all my synths and my beats and shit, and I was just doing it live and looping it. So I held it down, man. I didn't get intimidated by that stage. It was big. It was a big stage.
That's great, man.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Very cool.
So the live, yeah, I love playing live, often as possible. I've been having much more of a better reaction outside of PA for some reason. So I'm looking forward to traveling more.
I feel like PA is kind of it's just such a downer place, like for creative people, like, because I don't know why that is either. I just feel like there's like a total lack of support.
Oh, I agree.
From the outside, like it's just kind of a crazy thing. Like you get the people that are ride or die for a long time, and then there's just people that like you would expect to be and they're not, and it's just like this weird thing. It's like a fog of just around here sometimes.
Oh, I agree. And I don't know. I don't feel like Philly really like promotes artists, man. There's so many good artists, and I don't see many artists getting promoted. It's strange to me.
Yeah,
Philly's got the best musicians in the world, hands down. Like they're everybody's band, from Snoop Dogg, Lauryn Hill, like all the band members of world-class acts. Philly. But I don't know. I don't see a lot of artists getting pushed, and there's so much talented artists in Philly. It's confusing to me.
Yeah, same.
It's like,
oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I feel like when there's not a push for artists, whoever has the power to be pushing, man, must be feeling some type of way about themselves and fearing of failure or something. I don't get it. It's strange.
It is, and I feel like there's like there's a lack of venues that support local artists. Like there's some, obviously, but certainly hip hop. It's hard to find places to perform around here, at least in my experience.
Definitely. Yeah, it's got a bad rap. Hip hop shows. It's, you say you're a rapper and they're like, they just think the worst.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot of obstacles. But that's why I'll just throw in the live instruments that I play and confuse them. And be like, oh, I rap too.
Yeah. You show up with like just an acoustic guitar, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, go ahead," and then you just up there, just playing your guitar, rapping.
Yeah,
that's great.
I confuse them.
When and where is your next show?
Next Saturday, I'm playing at Sprout. I have the whole night. I think I'm going to have some other good MCs come through. So Sprout Music Collective, June 2nd on Saturday
in Westchester.
In Westchester.
It's great.
I like Sprout. They're cool, man. They really promote artists that care. It's one of the few places.
Yeah, that's good.
And there's a nice turnout. And so yeah, but then I did have a good piece of news this week on the studio tip, and I mean they shared it, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever hear the rapper Cannabis?
Yeah.
I did a record with him this week.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow! Yeah. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely. The producer Domingo Padilla, he's been working in New York since he was 17. He's produced everyone from Big Pun, KRS-One, and he's just been looking out for me for years, like guiding me how to be better. And this week he just hit me up and was like, "I have a task. I want to see if you can put a hook to this Cannabis song." And I fucking did it. And
wow, man! Wow.
Yeah, Cannabis said he had to like pull over on the side of the road because he liked it so much he couldn't even drive. So that looks like it's going to be getting released in June, which I'm really pumped about.
That is incredible, man! Congratulations again. That's really, really awesome.
Thanks.
And you said you said you did that this past week.
Yeah, this is all 4 days old, but
Holy
the
shit.
producer Domingo, shout out to him. He's like unbelievable in every possible way. He posted my name a couple days ago, so I'm not gonna I'm happy to break the news here on your show.
Yeah,
But I'm not
breaking news. It might be news to
Yeah.
somebody. Yeah.
I haven't posted anything yet besides like resharing what he said, but it's official. It's definitely happening, and it'll be coming out sometime in June. And he hasn't recorded or released anything in a few years, so it should be pretty cool.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Are you working on any other new projects?
I have 22 songs that I'm curating, and in addition to making more stuff, and I'm going to be releasing like 1 to 2 a month. And right now, that's my focus. So even though my song "I'm Going Out" dropped today, like I have another song that'll be coming out in 2 weeks. Just got the artwork done. I'm really focused on giving consistent quality music, like because people have short attention spans.
Yeah.
So my main project right now is consistent music, and I'm also doing a music video for one of the songs with Bam and a videographer named Chris Radigan. And the theme of the video is Bam goes on vacation and I have to babysit his Lamborghini. So it's like
That's great.
fun. Yeah, so many artists rent Lambos and put them in their music videos, act like they're cool, and then return them. So we're like, well, how can we use a Lamborghini but then like not
go with outros.
Yeah, not pretend like you have money you don't have. And he's like, I got it. We'll pretend like I asked you to take care of it for a week.
That's awesome.
I'm looking forward to that too. So yeah, I feel like I finally built my machine. I got a good team, and I just want to keep pushing this music and keeping it consistent right now.
Great.
Yeah.
And you're very active on social media. Why don't you tell us real quick how to find you on like Instagram, Twitter, and all that?
Yeah, Nappy Music everywhere. NAPPI Music everywhere. All the same thing. And I like to keep it fresh, from amateur weather reports to playing the guitar to the Flatbush Zombies. It's funny you said that because I was doing that today.
Yeah.
I try to give as much music as possible.
That's great. A lot of content. Yeah, I see a lot of content every day on there, which is very impressive. Very awesome.
Thanks.
Real quick before I let you go, just tell me a little bit about your my favorite thing, Nappy Holidays. What was where did you come up with the idea, and how important is it to you to do that every year?
Well, I was listening to, about 5 years ago, I was listening to a Christmas song, and it was "We Three Kings of Orient," and it was about the three kings following the star. And then I noticed, I think somehow like that was all talking about what's the star stuff called? Constellations.
Oh.
And I was like, wow, this Christmas song's kind of deep. They're talking about, I mean, at least with the perspective I took. And I was like, man, it would be cool to flip Christmas songs. So many Christmas songs are soulful as hell. So then that started it once. And then the name Nappy Holidays came like the next day. And I was like, oh shit, this is too good.
Yeah.
And
you started incorporating movies too.
Yeah, that's right. I started incorporating movies, movie clips. And basically everybody's so tired of jingle damn bells, but if you can make it like, and like, I'm not the first to do it, but I think, I don't know, I just got some weird feeling about Nappy Holidays that one day more people are going to know about it. The beats are so hot.
The beats are so hot, dude. I like this past year, especially with all the video clips and stuff, I was like vibing every day. Like I was like, this is absolutely incredible. And I don't know anybody who does it quite like that. You know what I mean? And very impressive stuff. Very
Thanks.
impressive
Yeah,
stuff.
that holds a close spot to my heart. That's where I go real classic hip hop with most of that stuff, like sampling. I don't clear it. I don't I don't like charge people to listen to it. I just, make the best music I can with the samples and say, fuck it.
Your holiday gift too.
Yeah, that's it, Case. It's my holiday gift to the fans. That's a good way of looking at it.
Well, real quick before we play your new single, "I'm Going Out," any update on this top 5?
Yeah, I've been writing stuff down. I think, all right. and definitely not in any particular order.
Yes.
This is is this the greatest of all time, or is this like the 5 that influenced
Just
me the most?
your personal top of the top.
5 the rest of
Not
the way.
not sales or anything like that. Just personal. This is who I like to listen to probably the most.
Okay.
And as someone who truly understands what you're going through right now, trying to answer this, like I do realize that this list would change probably daily for someone like you, because it's the same for me.
Mhm.
I would say no. This is top 5 rappers.
Oh,
Eminem, because when I first heard the CD, I went out immediately and dyed my hair blonde in 7th grade. Kanye, because I was eating cereal in high school when I heard Through the Wire, and that's when I realized that's what I wanted to do.
Good one.
Jay-Z,
Mhm.
just because he's so incredible.
Kendrick.
Casey said Kendrick. That's tough. Of all time, I got 2 more to do. I might have to give. I'm torn between like Busta, Andre, and Nas. That's like 6.
That's a tough choice.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, the people that influenced me, probably Andre 3000 and Busta. Then that would be 5.
Yeah.
So Eminem, Weezy, Jay-Z, Busta, and Andre 3000. Temporarily, right now, I'd say probably.
That's a great list.
Yeah. Well, man, you asked some good questions.
Yeah, I got you. I'm new to this whole interviewing thing. We just got this phone line thing going on, and I'm trying to get better at it. And I really appreciate you being on the show and sharing some of your stories with us and sharing your music with us. I'm going to let you go now, and we're going to play your new single, I'm Going Out. Thanks again, Mike Nabby, for being with us, man.
Oh, thanks for having me. I look forward to continuing our awesome combos.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it. Definitely. We'll be talking real soon. Here's Mike Nappy, I'm Going Out.
Had a drink in the morning again. I know I gotta stop. Got flows like Kendrick, and I smoke like pop. There are so many songs in my head, I compose them a lot. I ain't saying I know who I am, but I know who I'm not. Banks negative, pockets are empty, but I ain't poor. I'm rich alive and I got plenty, but I want more. I don't need anybody to defend me, cause I still score. I ain't young, I'm 31, but I've never been so sure. Every day that I get better, there's another person that's jealous, and it doesn't even matter whether that person decides to tell us. Sometimes when you know who remains and who must go. It ain't nothing personal, oh, wait it is, so go. Closing up my inner circle, leaving behind all the people that just say hurtful things to me for no reason. Antagonizing's all they believe in. I got no time to surround myself with all of your doubt, but all your doubt is what motivated me to get out. I'll be sipping on that drink with an umbrella. Prime time, nothing on an Ella. Yeah, I'm going out tonight. I'm going out tonight. I'll be sipping on that drink with an umbrella. Prime time, nothing on an Ella. Yeah, I'm going out tonight. I'm going out tonight. Everything in moderation is the way that I live. So the more that it seems like I'm taking, there is more that I give. Sometimes when I wanna get wasted, don't give me shit. I'm smart, I'm educated, and I ain't no kid. There's a double negative in how I explained it. I know what it is, so don't take this for a mistake when I wrote all of it. Instead of dwelling, complaining, I smoke a bit. Instead of lying and faking, I joke a bit. Long hair and I look like a hippie, but I act like a geek. Diss me before you can diss me, eyebrows on fleek. The old version of me seems to miss me, but I ain't that weak. I'm grown now, I know now what to do for a winning streak. Having fun is just as important as the work I do. Not my fault you can't understand it, that's on you. Be the best version of me, don't worry about nothing now. You never know what could happen just by going out. Prime time, nothing on an Ella.
got some exclusive shit on Might Be News. I'm Going Out by Mike Nappy. Nappy music everywhere. Good at him.
Dig it.
You like it?
Yeah, it was good.
Sounded awesome.
It's a nice summertime vibe. Real clean. He produces a lot of his own stuff.
It sounds very professional.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'm really happy. Shout out Mike Nappy for being on the show today. It was great talking to him earlier.
Yeah, it was good to talk to him.
Very knowledgeable guy. Yeah, Kev.
Such an asshole.
You weren't in that time space continuum, Kev. You were in a different time space continuum. So anyway,
No, but I dig his. I like his music. It's definitely good.
we're gonna not do a late review tonight because we're running out of time. So we're just gonna do a quick what's the point. My what's the point this week is that I just saw this week that the Amazon is basically working with law enforcement agencies to create facial recognition technology. And a couple cities have already jumped on board. Orlando, I think some places in Washington State. It's pretty interesting stuff. It's called Recognition. That's what the program's
crazy.
called. And Amazon, the ACLU found all these documents about Amazon basically putting this technology out there and offering it to law enforcement agencies. Basically, anybody and everybody with some sort of a charge or warrant against them is probably going to get caught if this stuff catches on everywhere. I mean, they're talking about they're testing things like this in other countries right now. China, for example.
The guy got caught. You see that one guy that got the facial recognition stuff recognized him as a group of 13,000 people.
Yeah. This
one person recognized as 13,000 people.
Yeah, this was like a concert in China, like a crowd of over 20,000 people, and 3 people got arrested for different things. They just like recognized them during, I guess, when they came in, and before they left, they all got arrested for different things. One guy stole $17,000 worth of potatoes.
That's a hell of a lot of potatoes.
That's a lot of
Serious
potatoes.
home fries right there.
For real.
Some taters.
But that was his infraction. That's why he got picked up at this concert. I mean, it's pretty crazy stuff, man. You see this stuff in movies and things like that. And
well, I mean, look at the cameras for the red lights, right?
Yeah.
So you go through that camera, and it can take a perfect photo of you in a moving car of your face.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, these cameras, they're always watching.
There.
It's crazy.
It's there.
They're
Big
all
Brother's
over,
always watching.
and they're all over the city of Philadelphia now.
Everywhere.
It's nuts.
Amazon is marketing recognition for government surveillance. According to its marketing materials, it views deployment by law enforcement agency as, quote, common use case, end quote, for this technology. Among other features, the company's materials describe person tracking as an easy and accurate way to investigate and monitor people. So, I just think that that's pretty crazy. Kev, what's your point?
So, I got my son off the bus today, and one of his friends' dad, we all live in the neighborhood together, he invited me and Cole to come over and swim in his pool. And he's sitting there sipping on a drink, and he says, "You want a drink?" And I said, "Sure."
And he roofied you?
No, he didn't roofie me. You're an ass.
He took advantage of you?
Was his name Harvey Weinstein?
No.
Morgan Freeman?
But he asked me what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I said, "Just make me whatever you're having." He says, "Okay." It's called a Westchester. What the fuck is a Westchester? He says, "I made it up." I made it up. So he takes whatever cheap beer he has in his refrigerator, and I'll take a Solo cup and fill it up like 3/4 of the way with beer and ice. And the last quarter, lemonade. It is fucking phenomenal.
He didn't make that shit up, dude. They have fucking beer that's like that.
They do.
Yeah, dude. He didn't make that shit up.
Well, he probably... the beer that they
He
have
said he's
like
been
that,
doing it for years.
Yeah, the beer that they have like that isn't like that ratio where it's like half a beer and a bunch of lemonade.
It's half beer, half lemonade.
They do have stuff like that?
Yeah.
Because I know of beers that just have like lemon flavor to it,
No.
you know, like
Hold on, I gotta try and find it.
it's typically like a summer type drink. I think that's what Summer Love Victory.
No,
does
he
that.
took PBR, threw it over ice, and then poured lemonade on top of it and was slamming.
Yeah.
Never had it before. Damn it, Dan, you got to burst my bubble. What is that?
That's the beer.
Lion Kugel Summer Shanty?
Yeah, it's half beer,
That
half
is
lemonade.
yeah, he's right about that.
Really?
But
See it
yeah,
all over TV. There's
it's
always
really good.
I've never
actually.
poured that shit into a glass, though.
You would like it, Kev. You probably would.
No,
If
I've
you like
had
that,
it.
you would like
I've
it.
had it.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like the pumpkin ale type
No,
deal.
it's a summer. It's half beer, half lemonade.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
It was banging, though.
Yeah, nice and refreshing.
Nice and refreshing. My fucking point tonight sucks, thanks to
So
Dan.
here it is. It's from Wisconsin. It's carefully brewed using the finest malt wheat with a touch of real Wisconsin honey. This beer is then mixed with lemonade.
Get the fuck out of here. That's some bullshit.
Refreshing taste that is perfect for a long, hot summer day.
Ugh.
Do you, Kev? You know? Fuck it.
You go back and you tell your neighbor that he's
No,
an asshole.
because I've had the Lion Kugel. I've definitely had the Lion Kugel.
Have you?
Yeah. No, I know I have.
Okay. I've never tried it before.
It's good.
But the PBR mixed with lemonade was better than the Lion Kugel.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
obviously
I bet it is.
there's a company
But, well,
making
like
money
the-
off of doing this. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, every beer tastes different. So I can understand that.
PBR is not as hoppy as the beer that Lion Google is either. So, yeah, it's good.
It's good.
It's good.
Danny, what's your point?
Talk about this this guy that's getting sued by his parents.
Oh, yeah.
30 years old. So apparently his parents have been asking him for months, you got to move out.
Yeah.
He isn't contributing to the bills. He is just freeloading off of his parents, and he refuses to leave. Well, his parents have finally taken him to court and sued him.
Sweaty dude.
How would you fucking like to be this guy getting sued by your parents because you're not moving out?
Not
Why
only
would
that, you're all over social media.
Yeah.
Why would you want to
sweaty as shit in your suit?
Why would you want to live at home with your parents at 30 years old?
I mean, I guess
that's who cares? But I don't know.
I guess he just doesn't have his shit together yet.
It's funny that they kicked him out. He was like, "Why can't I just wait a little bit?"
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Sounded like Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah.
a little bit.
I mean,
Dude, he looks like he practices with a samurai sword. Like
he looks like he should be living in his parents' basement. Legit.
he looks like I don't know. Like I saw him and I don't know. I don't mean to like stereotype people, but he's super greasy, man. Just like real, like kind of deadbeat looking dude.
Like long,
Wow.
greasy hair. And,
Danny's showing me a picture right now.
yeah,
Yo.
yeah.
he was very upset.
He was very upset. But at the same time, like, your parents are
Yeah, at
kicking
first
you
I
out.
thought he was older than that at first, and I was like, yeah, 30's not. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but if he's not contributing to bills and just sitting there playing
Yeah.
weirdo, video games or whatever all day, then go
Huh.
fuck yourself. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, that's what his parents said. You know, they said he's not contributing to the bills. They have told him numerous times that, he has to move on. And they've even offered to help him, like, get a place financially.
Yeah,
And he's still saying that he is saying that they did not give him adequate time to move out.
it's crazy.
But 30 years old and you're getting sued by your parents.
Wow.
And forced to move.
Dude's going places in this world.
All right, Kev, what do you got for this week in history?
This week in history, May 27th, 1937, Golden Gate Bridge opened up. May 29th, 1942, Bing Crosby records his version of White Christmas. It would sell over 30 million copies. Holy smokes.
It's a lot.
May 31st, 1970, an earthquake in Peru left more than 50,000 people dead. June 1st, 1968, Helen Keller died. Who did I think about when I said Helen Keller? Or Helen Keller died.
Fenris?
Fenris.
He talks about Anne Frank, though, so you were close. but,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I still guess
No,
Fenris.
he has
so you're
Helen
close.
Keller songs, doesn't
He
he?
probably does. Probably.
June 1st, 1980. Cable News Network, CNN, debuted.
Okay.
Fake news. Sorry, I had
couple-
to throw it out there.
Couple of things real quick before we get going. You mentioned Fenris. His new live album just came out. I want to get him on the show, but it probably won't happen until season 4. But go check that out, his live album. Also, I was surprised this week. My brother and my wonderful sister Sarah are here. My brother Ben and my wonderful sister Sarah. Say what up, guys. Hi, guys. Super hyped that they're here. I knew my brother was coming up, but I had zero idea that Sarah was coming.
Jackie's
And
getting good at hiding stuff from you.
she is.
You better watch out.
She is. She's gotten very good at keeping secrets from me.
Does she have 2 phones?
She got a burner account. So shout out to them, and also shout out to Mike Nappy for being here. Thank you guys for being here. Kev,
Yeah.
you did okay tonight.
It was a mediocre episode, I feel like.
Actually, I feel like you did pretty good.
Thanks.
I'll move it up a skosh. Okay, Danny, absolutely stunning.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely stunning.
I try. I bring my A game every week. I make sure that I'm not making up stories that aren't already out there before.
It was
Like
a
lemonade beer.
It was a borderline. It was a borderline.
Fuck you both.
I'm just saying it was a borderline breathtaking performance by Danny tonight.
Borderline.
Kev,
I got to go that extra mile next time.
you did a borderline good job tonight, Kev.
Sounds like you're gay for Danny.
Listen, he just trimmed his beard up. He's looking kind of hunky right now.
Rather handsome.
Very dapper.
I'm freaking covered in grease and shit from work.
Some people get into that, dude.
I mean, you usually got to pay extra for that.
No, seriously, great job to both you guys. We only got a couple episodes left.
What is it, 2 after this?
Yeah, 2 after this. You guys ready for a break? I'm ready for a break. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, it's like, yes, you are ready for a break, but at the same time, when the next week comes around, you're like, man, I wish I can go record right now.
Yeah.
I got so much I want to talk about.
Well, we're gonna have something to look forward to, as
Yeah.
well as the listeners. We got a lot of things. Again, shout out to Mike Nappy for being on the show. Big deal for us. It was great. We're looking forward to talking to him some more in the future. Good job tonight, guys. I'm Taylor Cooper. Peace out.
Booby touching.